Hello there. I'm Dave Landau. Welcome to Normal World. Of course, we have
Quarter Black Garrett and
Angela.
Hi, Angela. Hi, Quarter Black Garrett. How are you? Hello.
ASMR
Yes.
Normal World episode.
It's a brand new day.
Yes.
It's a Wednesday.
Up day.
Yes, that's right. That means middle of the week. Just so you know. Welcome to the show. We got a lot of fun stuff happening today. Where can I find you if I don't want to watch you here? I mean, and also I do want to watch you here.
You can watch me in both places. Naked Garrett, my channel on YouTube. That's right. Naked Garrett. Go watch it. YouTube video coming out soon. Angela.
Yeah, Angela does horror on YouTube. I'm going to be dropping a Jennifer's Body episode soon.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
Let the body
Got a costume and everything.
wow.
Whoa.
The follow-up to Juno
It's, yeah, no,
for
it's,
that
it's not.
well, same writer.
Yeah.
Said,
I like her. I like her movies.
I liked Juno.
I didn't like Juno.
See,
It annoyed me.
actually,
It isn't, the way she talks is just so,
in hindsight, you mean him, the way he talked?
Yeah, sure.
Michael
Yeah.
Cera.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, if people wanted to
that's
see you, where do they go?
Well, you can come out to Levity Live in Huntsville this weekend, and also the Premier Center in Clinton Township, Michigan. You can put that up right there. You can come out. That's November 23rd. Money will go to Children's Hospital. Please come out to that show. That's the Premier Event Center in Clinton Township, Michigan. And also November 28th and 29th in Alpharetta, Georgia, I will be doing a fundraiser for About Face USA, which raises money for soldiers when the VA does not help them, do anything for them. 100% goes to this charity. I really would like it if you came out, Georgia. It's right outside Atlanta. So come on out if you can.
And I believe you have a little bit of like a film that you
I
could
do.
watch if you wanted to go watch a film by Dave.
You could go to Comedy Genius.
Yeah.
Comedy Genius, put a dot before the US, so it's comedygeni.us, and check out The King. It's only $5, like a hot and ready.
And don't put .com at the end because I made that mistake. It's
Yeah.
just comedygenie.us, no .com.
Correct.
Does it take you? Does it take you somewhere
It's
else?
just a weird.
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Just also.
Feds broke into my house. They didn't. It's not. It just takes you to a thing
just
that
wanna know
says you
something.
can buy this site. Anyway,
It's a redirect.
joining us today, you know him and you love him. You know him from Timcast IRL. Please welcome Ian Crossland.
Very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah.
Thank you, Garrett.
Thank you.
Particularly, thank you, Dave.
Clapping more.
Particularly.
You clapped the hardest.
Yeah, it's all that matters.
Just hard. Just a hard clap.
That's right.
Manly hands.
Thank you. Yes, they're actually very soft.
Strong fingers.
Many people touch my hands and go, "Have you ever worked a day in your life?"
Little Nancy boy over here.
Crushing rocks.
Do you prefer the clap like this or the clap like this
I like this
Wanna do
clap.
this?
I like this.
or this?
Golf clap.
Longitudinal.
Nice. Oh, see that?
Like
See, that's
men at
a
work.
third because you go like that.
I'm all about that palm pop.
Yeah.
Want to get that
Right?
air.
Creating the vacuum in there.
Make a big scene out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a dick about clapping. I'll watch something amazing and everybody will clap and I'll be like, or I'll like kind of hit my leg.
Yeah, you're like, ah.
Or snap.
Yeah.
Kind of a new thing.
Yeah. Snapping's fun.
Was it for people that are deaf? Just in case. Yeah. Yes.
Jazz hands.
You want to be an ableist?
So they're not
Yeah,
aggressive.
the snapping is really, it's very, it's not cool.
No. It used to be cool, but not cool
I don't
anymore.
like it.
It's just turned aggro.
Yep.
I spent a lot of time working on the snap, but
I just got to get this out of my head. It's a Wednesday. Did people get married more on this day?
On Wednesdays?
Wedding.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wednesday?
I don't think, do they?
I don't know.
What does it mean? Does it mean something? Because like there's like Thor's Day, right?
It's the day of
And there's
Thor, the god of
Saturn, Saturday.
It's for drinking.
Saturn.
What is Wednesday?
I think
Sunday.
It actually means Day of Odin,
Odin,
Wednesday?
named after the Germanic god Odin or Woden.
who we brought up yesterday.
Odin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Then Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Thursday.
So we're talking about Woden and Thor are
There you go.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep.
Thank you.
Saturn.
It's good they're next to each other. You know who else was next to each other?
Who?
Trump and Biden.
That was beautiful.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, I got to say, Trump and Biden met with, together.
Yeah.
And they, it was reminiscent of two former high school rivals that were just chugging beers together. It was quite interesting to watch.
I thought you were going to say high school sweethearts.
Yeah,
A little
that's
bit. I think a little bit. There was a little bit in the eyes.
There was these AI images. I don't know if you guys saw, like, I was either drawing them up myself of Biden and Trump like making bread together and smiling and laughing. And we were like, can't the world just be a better place like that? That was like 7 months ago and things were just so much animosity. And now
Yeah.
the memes have created reality.
Coming
Making
together.
pasta, the dog sneaks up and eats a little bit.
Joe's like,
then-
oh, you.
Yeah, and then
Stop
him and Trump smooch.
Yeah.
They're
It's
better
like
than
Ghost.
the ones. Oh yeah.
They're making a pottery.
They looked really happy
Sorry.
Oh.
in the images today.
Well, you
Trump
know
was
they
there at the
both
White House.
hate the same person.
Yeah.
I think Biden is so glad that he's taking it and not Kamala.
Oh yeah.
I heard
I think
that.
he voted for him.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, you
Laura
see
Magnet.
Jill? You saw Jill in that red one? Come on.
Yeah.
Or
knows
red
what
on,
the colors
on
mean.
election day. That's
That's what the colors mean.
Says a lot. Let's see
Yeah.
the clip.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President.
fight.
Get her in there.
Congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having a, like we said, smooth transition. Do everything we
fireplace
can
is
to make
audible.
Sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
Good.
welcome.
Thank
Welcome
you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. And a transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome.
Who knew literal Hitler could be such a sweetheart?
Yeah, isn't that strange? Calling in Hitler for like 8 years now.
Yes. Also, seconds after this, a guy dressed as a yak came busting through the door and with a bunch of other people.
I would
just
be
destroying
ecstatic
everything,
about that.
yeah.
breaking the statue's head.
Yeah, just stealing podiums and stuff.
Somebody moved a furniture.
It's not a peaceful transition.
It's not. We take it back. I want to go. I want to be there on JN6. I'm gonna see what's going on.
I am absolutely going to be nowhere near there.
Let's go. Come on.
It's going to be the chillest, smoothest.
It'd be great, dude. Are you gonna go?
It will be, but I would just
so,
you
no.
go.
It's going to be chill and smooth because everybody's going to go, probably not. Just let them work it
I'd
out.
be the only one. Like, let's go. I'm gonna climb that wall. Like, no.
Watching a guy in a fat hat wave you in.
Yep.
Not that happened, obviously, unless you watch the video.
Yeah, unless you watched every second of the video, like we did the day it happened, and then we all pretend like we didn't see that video.
Correct.
The video didn't exist. Mm-hmm. Very weird.
Man, I hope. So Trump's going to pardon. Has he even talked about doing anything with pardons with J6 prisoners or any of that?
That's what people want.
A lot of people want that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already served, for the most part, years, and some people in solitary for like a misdemeanor trespassing charge.
Insane.
Well, Adam, who comes on this show, was in there forever. Just for moving a podium.
Yeah. And they put it back.
Yeah, I know Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been a horror show, honestly, and it wasn't. I mean, there was obviously some people died. I mean, Ashley Babbitt was killed.
Yeah.
I think a police officer ended up dying the next day from some sort of, I don't know exactly what. It wasn't like it was just
heart thing, I
a
think.
wonderful day, but it was like Jacob Chansley, man, hands off to the horned maniac himself, Jacob Chansley, who was there constantly saying, calm down, everyone, stay calm. Because it really could have went sideways. I was talking to my father. He was like, oh, there could have been bodies. I mean, it could have been horrible.
Well, they could have
Really.
been trampling. It could have been.
If that was the intent, I don't think
mosh
that was
pit?
ever the intent. I think the intent was, like, as we've seen in the video, they walked inside and occupied it, which the other side did not too long before that and not too long after that, and they're totally fine.
I mean, there was damage.
Yeah, broken windows.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
side
they
of
broke
the,
windows and doors
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, let's just, it's not
Very
as,
two different sides, but
Yeah.
yeah.
like one side of the building got it pretty hard. I think there was chaos on one side of it, and on the other side of the building was more peaceful.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I think you raise an interesting point. There were things done that were wrong, and
yeah.
then the problem
it wasn't,
is
everybody wasn't like
Right.
on the up and up.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
wasn't
the
like
truth.
Majoritively
for
it
sure.
was, but
the problem is a lot of the people that were arrested and put away just for being there or near there. That's the problem.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You know. But no, I'm with you. Like there was a lot of people that could have behaved a lot better. That's why he was telling people to.
That whole morning, I was like, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
That's
Why
right.
are you doing this? It made the right look so stupid.
It did, and you look at the problem is the summer of love. It was because they killed George Floyd, so they're able to say this is the reason why we did that. Certainly isn't right to burn down a bunch of cities and everything,
Right.
but that's what happened. So, but when you say this is a transition of power, then that happens. It one all of a sudden doesn't have much to do with the other.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks is it's just giving them cannon fodder.
Absolutely, just handing them ammunition. It was a sad day, but I'm happy that I hope he does. I hope he pardons them.
So do I.
Because they've been in there way too long. It's ridiculous that they were in there at all. But yeah, it is strange that he hasn't said anything about it.
I used to think like mass pardons just everywhere, and you'll get a pardon, and you'll get a pardon. Hunter Biden, you'll get a pardon. Like everybody down the line. Let's just like lay ground zero. It's peacetime. Let's just move past. Other people were like, no, Ian, we need retribution. People need to pay for their crimes. I'm like, yeah, well, you use like judicial. You can use your like, what do they call it? Like, not every crime needs to be prosecuted. There's like judicial discretion. You know, like prosecutorial discretion. You don't necessarily prosecute every single. Because sometimes it's smarter not to mess it up. Like just to be like, all right, well, we're just going to move past this one because it's going to cause more damage if we do prosecute. So I don't know. I'm open to mass pardons and moving forward together. Like if it can actually smooth things over, I don't think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think a mass pardon. I mean, I think it should happen. I mean, there's a lot of problems with people being over sentenced now when there's a lot of people being let out for no reason. The judicial system is designed to just keep you in it and keep you screwed. And when they're letting pedos out early and violent criminals, and then they're keeping other people locked up for being near a building on a date, that's a problem. And it's like they need to break down into individual cases. But it's like if now we've agreed, like, look, we're not going to do this again. I think if the transition of power goes well, we can all agree, like, look, it was over. It's done. Let's move on.
Yeah. And that's the thing is so many people, like you were alluding to, want to just enact vengeance. And it's like that's why we get into this horrible cycle is because we're avenging something or we're revenging something and we're just lashing out on the other side, and then the next person they get into power and then they lash out, and then we just continue that cycle. So I think right now, if we've got every single possible government position right now, let's just go, all right, guys, we're the adults. We're not going to aggress on you because we don't want you to aggress on us. That's the principle, right? So that's where I totally agree. We should reset. Just do a mulligan on it.
That's kind of where I'm at. I do think of the G.I. Joe, like you guys probably watch G.I. Joe, where Cobra Commander's like...
Not the movie.
Cobra Commander gets
cartoon,
knocked
right?
off the edge. Yeah, the cartoon. And he's like, Cobra Commander's hanging on the side of the edge. He's like, help me, Joe. And then and Duke is like, I have to help him. And like goes and like helps him back up.
Right thing to do.
And then Cobra Commander's like, thank you. And then pushes Duke off the cliff. Mm-hmm. So I don't think we're up against that. I don't think people are up against that in society. I think that you can initiate pardons across the board without having someone try and push you off the edge.
Little forgiveness. You just be ready for the push.
Of course.
You say, yeah, I'm going to help you up. And then
Cautiously optimistic.
And if they do the same crime again, you're going away for it. Like if Hunter Biden gets caught doing deals with a foreign corporation, getting us into conflict.
Oh yeah, that's the
overseas,
worst
like
thing he did.
President's, son. If Don Jr. ends up doing it,
Getting a foot job on a MacBook.
dang that guy.
hey, man.
I wouldn't. Hey, man, you have
The M&Ms. The M&Ms that I love.
It's not his fault. He was messed up,
Oh, that's
He
true.
get messed up.
Yeah, who didn't
do bad stuff.
Hey, yeah, Angela and I both had problems. Who didn't
Yeah.
get drunk and
That's what I'm saying.
their niece
Actually,
did.
I was just telling Garrett I got wasted one time and ended up at a Marco Rubio rally, and I don't even know how.
That's a horrible thing to do.
Party.
See, we
almost
all
got
have
a
How weird
fight.
is it
I
to
almost
come
got
out
a
of a
fight.
blackout and you're at a Marco Rubio?
Dude, he was like,
I wasn't
what
even
the
like
hell?
conservative at the time. I was like, how did I get here?
what is happening here?
He got tapped for a position, didn't he? Rubio
Did yeah? They
Yeah, what
actually
the heck?
released some of the names that it
been
looks like
dropping
it's
them all
going to
day.
be, and Mark Rubio is going to be. I know I had it here. Maybe
Marco Rubio, Secretary of
Secretary of State.
big.
Secretary
could be
of
the
State.
pig.
Look at that cabinet right there.
Big. It's like one of the
Beautiful
biggest.
cabinet, made of oak.
Yeah.
Solid American oak cabinet.
So the Secretary of State, is that like the most, I don't know enough about the influential
I don't know.
nature of these positions, but I think
I think they take notes for the president and say he'll call you back.
it's his main
What the
secretary.
does.
Yeah, then there's Secretary, Homeland Secretary. Homeland Security Secretary, that is, will be Kristi Noem.
Oh,
She'll also be in charge of dog parks.
SPCA.
Environmental Protection Agency is going to go to Lee Zeldin. I don't know who that is.
Which I looked up. Just looks like a generic politician, white guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen this guy. Maybe he's good.
Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee.
Oh, okay.
Which seems it's an interesting choice. CIA director will be Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
The actor?
The actor.
Yes, the actor.
Daniel
from
Radcliffe.
Harry
Finally.
Potter films.
Right?
God.
The Harry Potter fella. John
good
Radcliffe.
pick. It's a good
And
It's great.
Oh,
He
that
knows
guy.
magic.
yeah, he served on Trump's impeachment team.
John Radcliffe. This is the guy that did the Sean Ryan podcast?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Now, that guy's, I would say legit. I've only seen one interview with him, but I was like, okay, just the name of a guy I don't know. But then I saw him talk, and I'm like, this guy's
Matt Gaetz
For real.
was also. What did he get? He's not on the list. What? He
Matt
was
Gaetz, yeah, Attorney General.
Attorney
Oh, yeah,
General.
Attorney
That's right.
General.
Yeah, that
Just
happened
nominated
while I was driving here.
He and Tulsi
Yeah.
Gabbard got nominations today.
Yeah.
What does Halsey do finally?
What a spy director, like director
That's
of the
what I
CIA.
Intelligence.
I knew. I
yeah,
saw her
yeah.
Monday, and I knew it was going to be something.
Director of Intelligence.
She can intelligence my day.
yeah,
a
she's gonna
woman.
be learning all over you.
Yeah. Defense Secretary pick and independent pro wrestler Pete Hegseth.
All right.
Cool.
Make
name.
sure
He's a
him.
wrestler.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, there
Let's
we
in the
go.
house.
That dude, he's going to DDT.
We need somebody in the
House.
cabinet with pit vipers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we have the Department of Doge. So like,
Yep.
let's go. Memes are in the White House now.
It's Department of. That's like saying ATM machine. If
Yeah,
you
that's
say
true.
Department of
That's-
Doge. Department of Government
Efficiency.
Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
I thought there was going to be a
Efficiency.
Paul in there. One of the Ron Pauls, the Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
I hope they're all in
Peter
there.
Musk,
Get 'em all in there.
Ramaswamy, and Young.
Yeah, Ron Paul had mentioned he wants to help.
Yeah, that would be
They're
so
gonna teach your
freaking
children.
rad.
Did you see Doge was up 100% yesterday?
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
I had
Crypto?
some.
I wonder
Weird.
if that because we're calling that, if that thing's just gonna that 10,000x that crypto. It's the most useless crypto from
So
what
stupid, but it's awesome at the same time.
it has no utility, but it's so famous.
Oh, yeah, just because it's his. I mean, there is a chance that he's in the White House now. He's like, listen, this is going to be money.
Yeah,
It only has a $15 billion market cap, too.
Doge
Really?
does.
freaking huge.
It doubled in like a week. Or
I should have held on, dude.
Bitcoin-
Diamond hands. I should have diamond hands.
I know. I'm like, should I just go Doge?
I
to
know.
the moon Doge because everybody.
I just
debating
throw in like
Doge.
$50. Just see.
It was like as soon as Trump won the election, crypto went.
I'm afraid though that it's gonna
Yeah.
crash because it always does that. Always like as soon as you think it's gonna keep going and
Yeah, I'm looking at
Just
it
like the
last night.
slots.
I bought a,
time.
yeah. Yeah.
Sound like you were going to tell us you bought something. You're like, maybe I'm not going to say.
No, a little Bitcoin right before the election, and it turned out I was right.
Yep.
So, yeah. I would have bought a lot more had I known that would have skyrocketed.
You know how many times I've thought that too?
I bought it early on, and I made a decent amount of money. And then I just was like, well, this will be dead forever. And I never reinvested.
I wonder if it's
you should have left a little bit. Just
Dude, it was at $3,000 at one point, and I had like 10 grand in it. And I was like, I'll just cash it out.
We've been talking a lot about is crypto like is that the one world currency that they're like we're all afraid of like tracking mechanisms and like
Yeah.
central bank digital currency, or is it just going to be Bitcoin now?
that's the thing is like
Yeah.
all of the Bitcoin bros are against that
It was the goal.
currency,
to
but I'm like,
decentralize
but
the
then
bank.
it sounds like it's centralizing it again.
Yeah.
If you can
They're
track
always
it all.
gonna get their hands on it.
I'll tell you though, a lot of people are in
just don't know
debt,
about
so it's important to know these things, and no one wants to think about debt.
Oh no,
The
I hate
cold
it.
hard truth of it is, many of us will get deeper into debt now that it's the holiday season.
So deep.
Last year, half of American consumers took on debt to pay for the holidays. This year could be you, loser. Could be me. It's never too early to start planning to get out, and my friends at PDS Debt can help you with your personalized solution. Look, if you're making payments every month on your debt and your balances aren't going down, PDS, it's for you. Everyone with 10,000 or more in credit card debt is eligible. So hit them up. Save while you're paying off your debt. Honestly, it's difficult to be in debt. A lot of people are. We're at trillions of dollars in credit card debt in this country. It's the last 4 years have really been messed up. Yeah. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Everybody has issues. Everything happens. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people.
Market now, it's very, very easy to overspend on your paycheck and get into severe debt. What it said, $10,000 is eligible?
Yeah, or more in credit card
easy.
debt.
You
and
be
no minimum credit score either.
Oh, cool.
That's right. So you can just start playing today. Get a
You could be black.
You could be black.
You can have it.
Let me check that. Yes, you can.
Yeah, check it. Make sure.
But you can start planning. It's the Blaze, so I never know.
Yeah.
Start planning today. Get a free debt analysis right now at pds.com/normal. It only takes 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com. And you will get a free analysis on your debt. Again, don't be ashamed. Try to get yourself out of this. So you know you can. This too shall pass. Hit up PDS debt.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you from personal experience, getting out of debt, it feels really good. However you get it done. I couldn't do bankruptcy one time, but I did a debt consolidation where like a company bought the debt. And then I think that's what it was. Maybe that's what
they
PDS
combine all
too.
your debts and then
you pay a smaller fee. Or I think I did. You can also do it wasn't like a default, but I owed like $6,000. I paid like $800, and they closed the account, and it screwed my credit. But after 7 years, it like washed away.
Yeah.
But I like spent my college years buying groceries with credit cards because I was living off paycheck to paycheck and trying to live in the city for the first time in my life.
It's very difficult.
Man, it changed my life to get out of debt. It was so much easier not having that bill.
Oh, yeah. Well, and now with like the interest rates and where they're at, which I think they're starting to curb, which is very exciting.
Oh, yeah. Didn't Trump say he's putting a minimum 10% interest rates on something?
It's got to be that. I mean, you're looking at credit cards that are, going at 25%, and then you're looking at home loans that are 12. It's dangerous. So I hope that it changes.
The housing market is insane right now. I keep waiting for it to the bubble to burst.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't, it just gets bigger.
Yeah, the second I decide to sell my house, it'll burst that day.
Yeah, sure.
Be like, oh,
yeah,
good.
for sure.
I just lost all my equity.
Great.
That's how it works for me.
Just burst all over you.
Just anytime.
All over your
Big
face.
soapy bubble.
Just a gush. Just a gush of the housing shortage.
Coming right out of hose, like right on
like
you.
that.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Just equity all over my back. Just dripping.
And then the banks are going to slap your back and be like,
yeah.
Superman.
They're going to be like,
can you at least wipe it off? And they're like, no.
Like, look into that camera and say, Chase.
Chase what matters.
It's all, you know how it is.
Yeah, the banks.
Do you own too? Or you rent?
I rent. Yeah. I was told my grandfather was like, do not own a house right now. It's stupid to buy a house. Rent a house. Because I have a big family, so it would be like, if I'm buying a house at the
should
max
be
size,
pointed out that his grandpa rents him the house.
max size of my family, right? So I've got all these rooms, and if I buy a house at that point and then they all move out, then I've got a bunch of extra space. So wait until all the kids are grown up, then buy a house at the size that we're going to be, and then you own that for the rest of your life.
That is advice Thomas Massey also gave me. He's like, don't buy a house that's too big because your kids are going to move out eventually.
Yeah. It doesn't make any financial sense. So.
Plus, I don't know, my house, we were going to move out, and then we realized, well, there's an entire basement that can just be another house. So I just have an entire redone great basement.
That's killer.
And now it's a lot better than selling the house and then buying a house that's that size.
You rent out the basement to someone?
No. I stay down there sometimes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's party.
It's basically for my son, but it's all nice and like, I put a bar down there right before I quit drinking. That's cool to look at.
What do you keep there, like sodas?
No, I got liquor for when people come over.
Oh, okay.
No, I can control myself. No, I don't mind. I'm like, look, what do you want? I got a whole bar of stuff I can't touch.
Good self-control.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You have a drink at my place anytime.
Right.
I won't be having one.
Did you smoke weed back in the day?
Oh, did I? I sold it. It's how I got through college. Well, community college for 1 year, but I paid.
I got through college.
Did you end up cutting that?
Fives and tens.
Did you cut out weed at some point, like around the same time, or
At the same time?
I stopped smoking weed about a month ago, and it's
How's that working out for you?
incredible. I feel so much more. That's probably why I'm here in a lot of ways. Like I'm like, Dave, let's do something. Hey, I'll follow up. Dave, let's do something. Like
You remember
when I'm
things
high.
again?
What's that?
You remember things again?
Oh yeah, my memory's incredible again. And my dad stopped smoking pot lately too, and he's like, I'm having a spiritual awakening. It's really good. For me, it's really good. I smoked it for 20 years, and I just probably smoked way too much of it. I think if you do a little bit, like a puff, and then you're done, in the right dosages, some people can handle it, but
It's like staying in that high all your whole wake and bake, and you stay that way is where it gets bad.
yeah, because then being sober was like being high. I'd be like, it was in its own kind of high, and I'm like, wow, when I don't smoke weed, I feel high.
It's like superpowers.
Yeah, I think I did it like 3 times since I had quit and gotten sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe about there. And yeah, it was an interesting experience. But I don't know. I spent my entire, like every day of my life was focused on getting weed from like the age of 14 to about 25. So, well, I guess younger than that, maybe like 22. So I started doing comedy, but that's all we would do is get weed, get weed, get weed, get weed. So I don't know. It's lost its luster to me.
Did you find doing you were funnier without it?
Oh my God, yes. I do not, dude. Getting high and going on stage, I did once, and I was like, "This is stupid."
Thought I was such a good actor high. Like I'm everything better high, and then I would watch it and be like, I am one level. There's no dynamic in my personality when I'm stoned. It's like, yeah.
No, and you can see how energetic I am now. Like weed is so good for me. I just
you're all over the place.
everybody
even
thinks
lower.
I'm high anyway. Yeah,
You are that melted friend.
yeah,
In the-
dude.
in the
I would just
pot commercials.
I am very laid back, but I didn't go like I would do a lot of adventures, I guess, but it would involve sitting, driving. Like it was.
We'd be sitting most of the time watching a movie.
Yeah, like pot was fun. I mean, I love doing it. I love being high. I mean, I'd smoke it in the classrooms just for fun, just to see if I get away with it. I was a dipshit with weed.
Man.
But yeah, I drove around with a 4-foot bong in my Jeep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was real nice until I
Glass?
got pulled over. Huh?
Yeah.
Glass?
Plastic.
Okay, I was gonna say that's dangerous.
But you would sit in the trunk of my Cherokee, and you would rip the bong, and then we would drive around, so it just looked like a cloud going down the street because we were baking it. And yeah, when I got pulled over, it was kind of hard to hide.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, like, is there a drug that's like good? But I guess, well, caffeine. I think that's the big psyop in reality is caffeine. People are being just over medicated with caffeine. I've been caffeine hard the last month since I stopped with the pot, and it's like, dude, my lips are getting acidically dry.
Yeah.
I want it when I wake up. I can't wait for tomorrow when I have my first cup of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, dude. I never got into it. I since I was a little kid, I tried it and I never liked the taste of it. So I just never got into it. And I saw all of my other friends start to get like millennials like go hard in the coffee. And they're just like, I need to have my coffee. I need to have my coffee. And I was like, I don't think I want to get into that. Because it seems like an addiction. It feels like an addiction. Because it absolutely is one.
I tried quitting coffee. It's the only thing I couldn't quit.
Because it's everywhere.
Have you ever quit?
Easy.
I did. I quit for a month, and the first 2 weeks was the worst I've ever felt from headaches.
Yep.
It was the worst, dude. I just felt like I wanted to vomit.
Yeah.
Taking alcohol when I was like shaking and getting delusionary tremens was easier than quitting caffeine for the headaches.
That's a bad thing, bro. That and then sugar. That's
Sugar's
another
wild.
drug that's hardcore and it's in every fucking
Gonna be
thing.
quitting that anytime soon.
Bread, I cut out carbs and that because carbs will break down into sugar in your body and get converted into sugar. But like that was 10 days of swelling, kind of like we were talking about the headaches. By day 6, I'm like, oh, agonizing. After day 10, I didn't want it anymore. And it tastes like I'm chewing on like powdered glue when I eat a piece of bread now. And I just don't want it.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good. That hurt like hell to get off of.
They figured it out. They figured it out decades and decades ago. They put that in everything, like in ketchup and in like you said, like bread. All the breads they turn into sugar, so they know that they can catch you.
Oh no! If you
All
watch
of the food that's in
documentaries on the sugar industry, it's tragic. It's just
disgusting.
in everything to hook you.
That's that Katie Couric documentary, Fed Up.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
That's the jam. That talks about how Michelle Obama, when the Obamas first got into office, she did a Let's Move campaign, and it was all about cutting sugar out of your diet and fixing your diet. Then the sugar industry got involved, and they were like, why don't we call this an exercise campaign? Forget about the dietary stuff. And some meetings went on, and then all of a sudden it was a Let's Move campaign. Let's dance. Let's.
There's so much money behind poisoning people.
Crazy.
And then even when Katie Couric is asking, like the one guy who I think he was, oh God, I know I'm blanking on it, but I forget what sugar company he worked for, or he may have just been a lobbyist. But she's basically saying like, okay, this girl with one eye due to diabetes, just explain why that's okay. And he's like, he's just getting pissed, and she's not even like grilling him that hard. It just comes to like these very basic questions, and they're just getting nervous. It's very uncomfortable to think that they're just so okay with kids being, because they are being advertised that drug too. Watch any channel your kid watches, and it's a constant thing.
Cereals, candy, the little snack packs that you get that you take to school. All of it is, every single aspect of it has sugar in it.
I'm pretty libertarian about a lot of stuff, but like marketing drugs to kids is not. It's the marketing of it. Like if it's out there, it's out there. And you've kind of got to be smart enough to dodge and weave and avoid the dangers of reality. You don't have Big Daddy telling you what to do and what not to do, but marketing it to kids, like with the Tricks the Rabbit and like the colors and the rainbows.
Of course. It's like an alcoholic talking about whiskey. Now listen, in a world of whiskey, there's premium and then there's Fox and Odin.
Oh, yeah.
And once you taste the difference, the choice will be clear. Fox and Odin.
That's right.
It was founded by a new generation of whiskey makers to honor and preserve the masterful legacy of pre-prohibition whiskey blending and finishing. Ooh, their distillers use only the finest ingredients to craft ultra-premium whiskeys that are rich, complex, and unforgettable. Fox and Odin is rooted in Michigan, famed for its rugged terrain and spirit of resilience, also for bootleggers that would come across the ice from Canada, and sometimes the Model Ts would fall into the wall. Anyway, their whiskeys are crafted to honor the wild beauty and everything around us. Perhaps you can enjoy it with a shared meal. Wrap it up as a little gift for the holidays and go, look, I am your friend. It's award-winning.
It is.
Double gold award-winning. Fox and Odin. It's exceptional. And right now, if you buy foxandodin.com and use the code America, that's America, like the country, you're going to get free shipping. America. America. Fox and Odin. Made right here in the USA.
That was beautiful.
That was a really good voice. You should do
I'm gonna give you that
voiceover work.
pop.
Have you considered a career in?
Yeah, it's good.
I once made a lot of money on a car company commercial.
Really?
Yeah. Then they found out about my DUIs, and I stopped being the.
Maybe not a good.
It's a sad story.
I know, dude. I was SAG money for doing stuff like this car has a lot of rust.
And then they fired you.
10 grand.
Why did they?
Yeah, they should have kept you on.
Yeah, come on.
Your voice is smooth, Dave.
Thank you.
You must
Always
know
have nothing
that
to do
though.
with the voice.
I've done voiceovers. I love it. I would sit. Speaking of how I don't like to move a lot, I would sit in my house all day and do a voiceover if I could, Ian.
You probably could.
I would love it.
You should do it. Yeah.
Contact Dave for any voiceover work you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, if you need it done. Like, give me a product.
Condoms.
If you want to have a lovely night, go ahead and use Magnum condoms because you got a thick one. Magnum.
Bro, he's a writer too.
Yeah, that was hot. You could do
tampons.
Hey, you're a bloody mess. Quit embarrassing yourself by free bleeding. Tampons.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
And you could do voice over, where you're layering the voice,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
trying to get it exactly right, or maybe with a little bit of, that'd be cool.
I was happy we
Action.
did a sketch where I was trying to do the closest to Don, the movie guy.
Oh yeah, the
Mr. Movie
trailer
Phone?
guy.
I think I got pretty close.
Damn good.
Yeah. And as I get older, my voice gets more tired and strained. So I don't know.
Sound
I
better
cough a
as you
lot.
age.
I'm
You
starting to
don't
really
whine.
worry. Huh?
It's appealing.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Angela.
Yes.
It's hot.
It's raspy,
Yes.
yet smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the whiskey.
Fox and Odin.
Hot.
Yeah.
I gotta try that whiskey at some point.
It's pretty good.
We'll send you some.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
The least we can do.
You like spicy whiskey or like
Actually, yes.
mild? Yeah, it's a spicy one.
Like smoky. Or what's
It's more spice than smoke, but they have multiple.
I had some really smoky whiskey at one point. That was an interesting flavor.
I like the smoky ones. That's why I like the bourbons that are like more smoky and
Yeah, it was what's the
smooth.
name of it? There's one in
Yeah,
particular.
both of you and I are like, for what flavor?
I don't
describe
taste
them.
like him.
By spicy, do you mean that
Just go
good
down.
burn right before you?
You stopped drinking as well,
Yeah.
Angela? Did
Yeah.
you recently or a while ago?
So I quit a while ago, and then I've had a relapse this year.
Has your life drastically improved since you cut it out?
Oh, always. Yes. My life is a mess if I'm drinking. So yeah, I prefer sobriety.
It's a sloppy.
Your life gets better if you give up your addictions. It's like Pharrell Williams. I got to tell you about him.
Oh, he's in.
You
what's
guys
up with
know
him?
him.
do?
He's the singer.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He's got the big hat.
He got fired from McDonald's 3 times, and it turns out it's because he was eating all the chicken nuggets.
Oh,
You may remember him as the chicken burglar. There we go. And he would say gobble gobble, which makes very little sense because that's turkey and not chicken.
he's gobbling those nuggets.
Chicken
You guys ever
burglar.
been fired from a job?
No,
Yes. One job. It was at a bar.
I have not.
That's good.
Oh
good.
my
You
God.
lucky. You've been fired from.
Oh yeah. My dad fired me.
What was that like?
I was working on his baseball field for many years, and yeah, it was.
What did you fuck up at a baseball field?
Dude, he's getting high in the shed. It's and he's like, "You're not doing this anymore. I'm not gonna let." I did a pretty good job.
Okay, yeah,
But
the work that you did is
The work that I did was decent quality, but yeah, it wasn't good.
What was the job?
Maintaining the lawns, fields, just everything, making it look good.
And then sometimes it wouldn't.
Groundskeeper Davey.
Yeah, it was me and my friend Brian, and we pretty much just got high in a shed.
I got fired from a band. That kind of counts. Wasn't getting paid, but they were like,
That's not a job.
I kept eating coney dogs and going in and taking my shirt off and had a big gut and like an indented chest because I never worked out.
I lost my job at a
You
luggage
got fired
store.
for that?
Yeah. Eventually they were like, we're just not going to do it again.
We're fed up.
Yeah.
What'd you do at the luggage
Get
store?
out of here, Crossland.
Zipped up your
No, the
boyfriend in a
luggage store I
suitcase?
actually left amicably.
Oh.
But the one that I did get fired from was I wanted to go party up at Western Michigan, and I was working as a custodian, or as they called it, a houseman, so it didn't sound unclassy at this place where we set up weddings. Best job ever, too. All you would do is watch movies and get high, and like all you had to do was set up a wedding, wait 6 hours with your good friends, and leave. That was too much for me. So I wanted to go and party up at Western, so I had my friend Joe call and say I was sick, but instead he insulted this guy who's he's like, Dave is here. Dave's not able to come into work today because he was having sex with your mother. Like all this stuff. To my boss. So then I just George Costanza'd it and went in the next day as if I had forgot that I had to work that night. And then I just went in and he had hockey hair, straight mullet in Michigan. He was pissed. He was like, "You were doing what with my mother?" And I was like, "I don't even know this guy that called you. This is crazy." And he's like, "No, this is it." Cause he would catch me a lot, like doing stuff and let it go. But one time I'll never forget it. I got drunk and on wedding wine that they left out, and then I passed out on a couch. And then the next morning he's like yelling for who's there, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm down here." And he's like, "It's nice to see you here early for once." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a go-getter."
Bright and early.
I
Bright
smelled
and early.
like booze and cigarettes. Oh, it's a mess.
Oh, it's good. I never got fired, but I probably should have gotten fired a lot of times.
Now that's a good story.
I got fired from a shop because people kept stealing thousands of dollars.
Well, who was it?
I don't know.
They thought
Who
it was you.
knows?
It could have been me and 3 other people.
Oh. Could have
You had a whole fucking crew.
What jobs should you have been fired from?
It wasn't.
in your opinion.
Movie theater. We did a lot of stuff at the movie theater. I worked there for a long time, and I was a manager, which was not a good position to be in when you're a teenager. So
That's
like,
impressive, though.
I'm a
You're a
go-getter,
go-getter.
But like in the box office, we'd have just like bottles full of vodka, and we'd play video games on Sundays. We'd get like all of our computers, and we'd show up and bring them into the manager's office, and then we'd have the employees that were not doing anything come play video games. So that was fun. Yeah, just stuff like that.
It's nice that you would involve
high
the
on the job.
employees.
You know, I'm a cool manager. You know, I keep it cool. I had stuff done.
I had the friends they did movie house management too, like general manager, assistant manager, but they would make the employees like sweep the crap and do the
I made them do that too.
They were like having sex with the boss and only one of them had sex with the boss. She was the general manager and he was the assistant manager at the time.
It happened.
I got fired from an
a lot.
Italian restaurant too.
What'd you do at an Italian restaurant?
Called the owner the C word in front of everyone in the dining room.
What was the reason? Just
she was a C word.
Dude, she told me to put away her coat in a real nasty tone.
All right, you cunt.
And I said it like that.
Yeah.
But it was because she was like, she would pick dinner rolls up that we had thrown away that were at tables and wipe them off and be like, don't throw these away. Use them for the next customer.
Because she's getting
I was like, don't do that. Like, no. And like, she was awful.
She's trying to save money.
Yeah.
She would get paid like a percentage of whatever they didn't
spend. And like they did well, like really well. Like it was disgusting. I'd have to go to a table and be like, here's your rolls that somebody else had at their table minutes ago.
It sounds like she should have gotten fired.
Yeah. And I was tired of getting yelled at. Like I'd go have a smoke break. We were allowed a 15-minute break. Sure, I was 15, but you were still allowed to go do one. And then she'd come up and be like, what? They start screaming at you. And I'm like, I got 8 minutes left. You need to watch your tone. I will go in there when I'm not on break.
You're kind of like a hero in that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're putting your foot down.
Like the lead in a movie.
Yeah. And the liquor store I got fired from because I kept drinking all the beer in the cooler.
Okay. That one, not so much.
But it was...
That one's
It's
more
a little bit of a road.
What happened was I kept... I would drink them and then I would like put it back in the six-pack holder.
Like you drink part of it and then pop the top back on?
Yeah. And then I would do that with like several various craft beers. And then I would do it in the way back of the cooler and try to get rid of them over time. But I forgot about one and somebody went up and was like, there's like a six-pack here that's been mostly drank. And they called me up and I reek like alcohol. And I'm like, I don't know who's been doing that. I'm like, it's probably when I was putting in my can, something spilled on me.
I had my father they had this bottle of vodka at the house and he'd been sipping it. He was like, don't drink the vodka, Tim. And he's like, all right. But he'd secretly been sipping on it and then refilling it with water over time.
Yeah, classic.
And then they got into an argument. My parents got into an argument and he was like, I can't take it anymore, Becky. And he ran in there and he just started chugging it. And she was like, no, stop. Like she really thought he'd just completely gone over the edge, but it was just water.
The whole thing.
And then they laughed about it and somehow he got off the hook because of the joke.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Then he sat down. There was an empty water one in the couch cushions.
Yeah.
It's always funny when alcoholics leave them just wedged into furniture like a squirrel hiding nuts.
Yeah. Got to keep it around.
Yeah, it's just it's basically when Betty Ford hit rock bottom, was just like, hey, my husband keeps finding my alcohol.
The thing about alcoholism, my father would come back, he's a fireman, he'd come back and he'd drink like what do you call Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hell yeah.
There'd be like 4 or 5 cans of it on the thing. Not every night, but once a week.
Dad was a man, by the way.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But my mother would be like, he's an alcoholic. I mean, but he's so cool. I never thought like, how is that? I thought alcoholics were like angry and they would smash shit. But it's like, I guess you can just have the addiction. Like, I think I'm an alcoholic. I don't know. Or like I become one if I drink a lot and I'm not one when I'm not. They say once you are an alcoholic, just to accept that you always are. You have the addiction whether you're doing it or not, and that'll help you override it.
Like you can't not, right?
It's a compulsion, yeah. And I mean, for some people, they'll never believe that, and that's fine because I mean, to a degree, it is about self-control. But if you have a more obsessive personality, you're going to be more obsessed about something that makes you feel good than somebody who doesn't. And then you hear a lot of the people who might criticize alcoholic. Why can't you just quit? And it's like, well, what's your thing? Let's find your thing, because I bet you it's something. I bet you it's sex. I bet you it's
your phone.
So,
oh my God, phones are the worst.
Everybody.
Everybody in the world now is a dopamine.
I've been thinking that on the flight over. We're like cyborgs. Society's changed so drastically since people got their internets in their hands.
Yeah.
You can feel the chemicals moving in your brain if you keep scrolling through a phone for like a long period of time on like Instagram or something.
You ever detach while you're doing it and you're like, wait, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, and I've made it like my job. It's like kind of all of our jobs, right? To like be on top of what's happening on the internet, what's happening in the news, what's going on in your circles or whatever. And it's like, it's hard to detach from that. because it is something that you have to do.
I was running lines last night for the sketch we did, the normal
doing lines.
What? Sometimes say normal world, I go normal world. I got a normal world
mouth like me.
I was doing lines last night, and I kept getting the urge to pick up my phone, and every time I would do it, I would like reset my memorization ability. I would like lose the short-term gain that I just done every time I would. So I only did it a couple times. I was like, oh, I got to get this away. I haven't done lines like that in years. Really, I haven't like really picked up a script and like gone over it line after line after line. It's been a while. Just doing line after line after line. And it was interesting to see how the phone
all
was.
over the pages.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. They're
like
still
a
all
little
rolled
demon.
up.
It's like, hey, look at me.
So
There's something going on. You're not
gonna
in
miss
it.
it.
You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it.
the phone definitely was tweaking my ability to memorize in the short term. So I'm glad I had that double controlled blind placebo study where I had the opportunity to see what happens when this gets in the way of my process.
I like to read.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to go back to something like that.
Well, you focus. If you intently focus, like reading on a beach is one of my favorite things.
Really, it always
you
puts
just
me
hear
to sleep.
waves, and I love it.
It makes me go to sleep.
Yeah.
You read a lot?
Oh yeah.
That's something I should probably get back into also. I haven't been reading a lot
It'll help
lately.
with the focus and
It does.
the keep staying off of your phone, like the compulsion to keep picking it up and looking at it.
You read?
Because you don't have anything else to do. I read horror novels at night to go to sleep. And yeah.
You know, I used to
read biographies and true crime and like history in that sense.
Yeah, it's got to be something you're interested in.
It's nothing that's like extraordinarily dense, but I enjoy what I read.
Oh, I did just read the Critias
Yes,
on the flight.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
Plato's
I just started the Meditations, the Stoic.
Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah. Started that.
I'm working on a script about the lost city of Atlantis, so I wanted to read the Critias and get Timaeus's legit like what he'd heard from
what he got from the
Egyptian sages or whatever. They
Do you listen to Akira the Dawn?
negative.
You should start.
Oh, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
Dude.
Why
You would
would-
love it.
We should have both of you guys on in the same episode.
He does
That would be killer.
music meditations, and Marcus Aurelius is one of the people that he's been sampled. He does Alan Watts and different things, and they're just really cool, like speeches and meditations. Jocko Willink is one of them, and he just turns them into music.
Yeah.
They're really
Great
good
dude.
to
He's a
edit
really
to
great
and
dude.
focus.
Oh, sweet. Let's
You
do
should
it.
you should hang out with that dude for real. You guys would jive well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really would. He's great.
How's the meditations coming along?
So I'm just going through the book first. I've gotten through the first like 3-4 chapters, and I did that when I went to Peru. Like I just got the audiobook and a book, and I was like following it along when I could read and when I could listen. It's really great. I really enjoy the way it is like, don't stress yourself out about the things you can't change. You know, like don't, like right now, if I'd apply it to my life right now, don't get super bent out of shape about things that are happening in a different country or things that are happening on the global stage or whatever, or in social media. Because it's like, that doesn't affect me personally, and I can improve my own life by just abstaining from that. So I enjoy it. I think it's a good read so far.
That sounds great.
Yeah, if you haven't read it, you should read it.
Like I can't help that Iraq is lowering the age of girls' consent to 9.
See? Don't get bent out of shape.
This is a fact. Just want to point that out. This is real.
Nothing
Disturbing.
You can do about
Lowering the age to 9.
that. What?
Yep. So it looks like Hollywood has a new home. After hearing this, Dan Schneider bought Saddam's old palace. He brought his collection. We didn't do that story, so if we can't
Building a
go
big
back.
foot-shaped
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah, this amendment proposed by a coalition of racial Shia Muslim parties has drawn outrage all over the world, but should get a standing ovation at next year's Oscars. When it's
they have
two
one.
versions of the same joke, but worth it. When reached for comment in hell, Saddam Hussein's burning corpse said, "Ooh, gross."
Yeah.
He preferred boys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
9's just too young even for him.
Yeah, at 9, he's just like, "Come on, guys, I'm not a monster."
I
I
got
gassed my own people, but I didn't.
They weren't kids.
Yeah.
This is a real story. This is really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lowering the age of consent to 9. I think it's because they want to match the consentive age of boys.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Equal rights.
You get it. Gots to be equal.
Once a child, always a child.
That's right. Which brings us to low-hanging fruit. This is our new segment called Low Hanging Fruit. And that's where we talk about stuff we shouldn't. Today's story, a special education teacher groomed, sexually assaulted a 13-year-old boy in the classroom and provided weed to him. It turns out it was a special education teacher. So it was a special needs student. We have a picture of him. There he is. Was groomed entirely.
Statute of limitations.
Apparently, leave the picture up this whole time, please. She said she saw him eating crayons and thought, boy, I'd like him to eat me. She eventually had sex with the student in her car, where he gave her great helmet. She lured him in with a baby Ruth. On Thursday, Los Angeles police arrested the 43-year-old Colleen Jo Materico on 5 counts of lewd act with a delinquency, including delinquency of a minor. Police believe there were other victims, but they haven't confirmed. They're hoping others will wheel forward. And that has been low-hanging fruit.
Let's roll it again.
Hear that again.
That whole thing was on Matt, so we don't. So if you are a parent of a special child, I think that's great.
Yeah,
all children are special.
We love little retard kids.
Yeah, we love them.
We put them on the show a lot.
Huge fan.
All the time.
Big fans, yeah.
You see that video going around the internet of that Down syndrome kid that is like, check it out. I got a way to put on a jacket faster, and he just throws the jacket up and puts the jacket on.
No.
That's impressive.
Fantastic. Man. It was like 1 second. I love
people
Down
are just so good at
syndrome
stuff.
Kids.
They
really
call them
are
savants.
Yeah, idiot savants.
Idiot savants.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot used to be like a technical term.
Yeah.
And then there was the idiot savant.
I got that without that savant part.
Me too.
Yeah.
I get hit with just the retard stick.
Yep. Just every branch. Every branch of the tard tree.
All the way.
That probably makes you want to buy merchandise. So if you'd like to, we can do. You can go to shoplace.com. Oh boy!
Oh, look at
that
shirts, man!
Oh my goodness!
I was just wearing the nice the shop shirt, the shop blaze shirt.
Oh, like the mechanic shirt.
The mechanic shirt.
Yeah, those are cool.
It's a Dickie shirt.
I was just drinking a whore's urine out of that President Trump mug.
That's a good mug.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to drink something like that, I'd drink out of a good mug.
Freak. Yeah, there's an American Legend shirt. Hopefully there's, normal world stuff at some point.
We're working on it. We really appreciate you guys in the comments being very aggressive.
But you can get 10% off anything at that store with code Blaze10.
Yeah.
That's Blaze10. And you get 10% off. So whatever you want, let's say you want that Trump mug, it's yours. But you get it at 10% less.
Oh.
Now also
the whole store?
That's the whole that's the whole store, son.
Dang.
It's not just select products like half these fly-by-night nonsense sites. This is the real deal. Blaze 10.
We care about you.
Also, let's talk about Angel Studios' new movie, Bone Heifer. Pastor, spy, assassin. Tells the story of a moral hero who stood up to Hitler as few did. The movie is a powerful anecdote to the rampant anti-Semitism seeping in the world today, which is why Angel is doing something a bit unexpected. They're announcing free tickets for anti-Semites. I'm not just saying this is real.
Wait.
You heard that right. People who are stupid enough to hate Jews for being Jews can watch Bone Heifer completely free. After all, who needs a better understanding of the evil of anti-Semitism than anti-Semites? We think you're the kind of person who won't need a free ticket, but you can find one if you want. You just have to simply admit that you're an anti-Semite. And you can get that by going to angel.com/free tickets. That's how you get a free ticket, is by admitting you hate Jews to see this pro-Jewish film. So again, that's angel.com/free tickets. It opens in theaters on November 22nd. In fairness, early warning, you might be sitting next to some people you don't like.
Just in general. in life.
What are your
life.
tickets now,
Yeah.
anti-Semites?
Anybody?
Yeah.
So
no.
what, you got to go to the website and admit it? Like, is it like click this button to admit that you are an anti-Semite?
Kinda funny.
Put your name down.
Gotta sign your name.
It's
For
free.
registry.
It's free tickets. You know how many Jews are going to pretend they hate
Oh,
themselves?
for sure. No
They
doubt.
hate themselves. Come on.
Well, that's true. Much of it's
This
real.
is actually just like a calling card so that Jews can see the movie for free. That's how they marketed
And they're
it.
like, it's free, and they'll be like, all right, all I got to do is say,
Can't argue with that.
that's cool.
I'm self-hating.
What's your last name? Brandberg. Branson.
Yeah. Endorf.
You can take the gold right out of it. It's been a fun show. I appreciate you
Very
coming
good.
on. We're going to continue tomorrow. We're going to do more stuff.
Yeah.
And you did a sketch for us today.
It was
He
glorious.
killed it.
man.
He killed it.
You're always great in sketches.
It was so fun. We got to do more.
Dude, I want you to do more. You're always good in them.
More.
Excited to premiere this tomorrow.
He was in the first sketch we ever uploaded to the channel.
Yeah.
Drugtopia.
Drugtopia,
Yes,
baby.
Drugtopia. Check it out.
And you are straight up Downey Jr. in that.
So good.
Who's Donnie Jr.?
Downey Jr.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, man. The olden days.
Yes.
You guys said RDJ last night on the show instead of RFK.
Did I?
Did I say RDJ?
Both of you
I may
did.
have said it.
I think they're both heroic to
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
I look up to both of them.
I mix them up in my head. I'm fine with that.
Robert Kennedy hasn't got the appointment nod yet, but we think Health and Human Services. Let's go.
I hope it is,
It
dude.
has to be him.
It's gotta be.
I mean, yeah, it's got to be.
Come on.
Who
He's
else
saving
is
the
gonna
best
be?
for last.
I'm kind of digging this kind of cross the. They don't call it across the aisle, but it's kind of across the aisle. It's
I like
not-
this.
Yeah.
It's not far right people. It's kind of like a little bit.
Oh, I thought you
both.
meant this with us right now.
Oh, I mean,
across
obviously
the
that's
aisle.
given.
Yeah, this
That's
is
a
hot.
given. Come on.
No, this is
Truly.
sexy.
Come on, some of that.
Yeah.
I like that you could just have a river through here.
I think we should. We should put like a koi pond.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Build it right here in the middle. You
Cover
guys
it with
can't see
acrylic.
Yeah, and we can
That'd
walk
be
on.
really nice.
Yeah.
Lights.
Yeah,
Holy
we
shit.
should do that.
Yeah.
What if
Try
it's digital.
for
Just
anything.
digital fish. Just
We'll
fake.
get it in like 3
Digital
years.
fish.
Yeah, see, look at this.
Look at that. See?
This is so
Look at
much
it.
space
Look at
for
all that.
activities.
Yeah.
Just a nice like a pond over here, and then a bridge that goes across.
It'd be
Ooh,
cool if it
yeah.
was like a video screen that could change.
Oh,
Terrify you in the middle of the show.
yeah.
Yep.
Could do stuff. Dave, you have a movie?
What?
Where can people watch that movie?
You can go to comedygenius.com.
No.
What?
ComedyGenie.us.
Oh, shoot. Thank you for.
yeah. I made that mistake.
ComedyGenie.us is the best way to put it. It's Comedy Genius, but ComedyGenie.us. GENI.us. It's only $5. You can go get a hot and ready pizza, and you got a $10 day.
Night.
That's a date
Yeah.
night right
Yeah,
there.
it's a date night right there.
Come on.
You and the lady sitting back watching some King of Detroit.
We played the I guess it was the trailer. I don't know why it took me so long to say that word for it yesterday.
Did
We
you?
probably aren't going to watch
We
the
did on
trailer
the show.
today. Yeah, we
Right.
played it on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, very funny.
it.
We talked about it for a while yesterday.
Yes, we did. I remember.
That movie. I was more telling the audience, but I was looking at you while I was saying it out loud.
I woke up at 3 a.m. and ate a Twix and watched The Penguin.
Oh yeah,
At night. It's a good night.
I hear the Penguin is.
Penguin is so freaking
It's fantastic.
good.
It's so nice to have
so
an
good.
ending that's you're like, okay.
It doesn't just fade to
Well,
black.
Everybody in
Yes.
that cast is so good. Like down to the kid actors, all of them. Fantastic. And the showrunners and the writers, fantastic. So I
Hats
want to
off.
see more.
Where can we find you, Ian?
At Ian Crossland on YouTube, on Twitch. Those are my two big platforms where I do a lot of X chats too. So all those, at Ian Crossland, that's my full name, and that's where you'll find me.
All right. Angela.
I want Angela Does Horror at YouTube and Normal Angela on Instagram.
How many subs do you have on YouTube?
Like 1900.
Let's get that up.
Let's get that
up.
Come on, get it up, guys.
We just had it for like
We're gonna have
3 weeks,
2,000.
so it's not the worst.
2,000.
Some
by
people have had
tomorrow.
their pages for like 10 years.
Yeah,
and have
I've
that.
only had it up for like 6 weeks.
That's great.
That's pretty
That's
good.
really, really good. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
And many
Yeah.
people are,
Watching
And
all
they're
of the
good.
episodes.
Yeah.
You just pour over the analytics.
No.
Yeah, some people get
Do
into
that.
it.
That's rough.
Do you guys just like pour over your analytics, just like obsess and like
Don't look.
I don't even look.
fresh? Yeah, I'm not really an analytics guy.
No, I wish I did. I should, but no.
No.
As long as it appears that there's money coming, I'm like, all right.
It's coming in as long as somebody's watching.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a lot.
Tongue punching.
'Cause usually it's like, hey, we can't let you talk about this. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, QB. Where are you going to be?
Oh, mine. I was saying tongue punch the like button for this channel, but you could find me on Nega Garrett and also Quarter Black Garrett if you want to check that out. I also do shows on Adam Krigler's channel on Mondays called Bay Staff, and go subscribe to Angela
and subscribe to Garrett and Dave and Ian
And Angela.
and Dave.
And Ian and Angela and Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Pump that like button.
Pump it.
Ding the bell.
Let's go to the end of the world.
Subscribe.
Oof. World's oldest joke shop, which supplied fake mustaches, magic wands, and whoopee cushions to generations of youngsters, is forced to close after 138 years in business. No one is more upset about this than Carrot Top. Why do you feel they went out of business, QB?
Because whoopee cushions are obsolete because of all the flatulence from the processed foods.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully, RDJ can take care of that.
Okay, I like that. I like you thinking. You're thinking outside the box.
Easy. Yeah.
Angela, what you got?
Oh, because magic is gay.
Well,
well, very true. Ian.
A company that makes the fake vomit is putting out crowd work now.
Yeah, that'll just kill everything. I'm gonna say it was a front for a clown trafficking ring.
oh damn, we should have known.
Yeah, they really do traffic a lot of clowns. If you've ever seen how many they put in a car,
Yes.
it's fucking nuts.
It's a little unnatural.
Unbelievable. It's unfair.
We should have been questioning that for.
I'm like, there's 100 people jammed in a Beetle.
What the fuck are they doing in there?
Not breathing.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Not comfortably, anay.
No.
How do you
they use those
100
scarves.
clowns in a Beetle? I'll tell you how. An ashtray. Watch Bone Heifer. Good night.